All right, let's dive into one of the most epic stories you'll ever hear, the Great Flood. Now, this is so much more than just a story about a lot of rain. It's this incredible tale of destruction, survival against all odds, and a divine promise that literally reshaped the world.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if a flood covered the entire Earth and only one single family survived? We're not talking about some local disaster. This is a planetary reset. And that massive idea is right at the heart of this entire story.
So, you have to ask, what could possibly happen that would lead to something so extreme? Well, to really understand the flood, we first have to look at the world it washed away. And let me tell you, the story says it was a world that was pretty much on the brink.
Yeah, the story paints this really grim picture of a world that had completely lost its way. It describes humanity just spiraling into corruption, where being wicked was just normal. This darkness is what sets the stage for the dramatic event that's about to unfold.
But right in the middle of all that darkness, the story gives us a single point of light, a man named Noah. He's the complete opposite of the world around him. He's described as righteous, faithful, and that difference is exactly why he gets chosen for a truly unbelievable mission.
So because Noah was so different, he gets this divine warning. And with that warning comes a mission that's, well, it's almost impossible to imagine. This is that moment where the story pivots from just describing the problem to revealing a really, really radical solution. The message Noah received was crystal clear and honestly, kind of chilling. This flood wasn't going to be some random act of nature. Nope. It was a purposeful cleansing, meant to wipe the slate completely clean of all the world's corruption and make way for a new beginning.
And the instructions he got? Whoa, they were monumental. This wasn't just build a boat. This was a command to build a gigantic vessel, a floating sanctuary, really, big enough for his whole family and two of every single animal on Earth. I mean, the scale of that job is just staggering.
And you can just imagine how that went over, right? People laughed at him. Can you picture it? This guy is building a massive boat on dry land, telling everyone a world-ending flood is coming. Of course they thought he was crazy. But you know what? Despite all the ridicule, Noah's faith never wavered. He just kept on working.
So, the Ark is finally finished. The animals are all on board, the preparations are done, the time for warnings is over. What was once a prophecy was about to become a reality.
Then, the rain began. Just a few simple words, but they change everything. You can almost feel that moment. The first drops of rain falling, silencing all the mockers, and you can just see their disbelief turning into horror.
And this was no ordinary storm. We're talking about a relentless 40-day and 40-night downpour. That number, 40, it comes up a lot. It often symbolizes this long period of testing and purification, as the old world was literally being washed away. The end result was absolute. The water rose and rose until even the highest mountains were completely underwater. The world Noah knew, every building, every person, all the corruption was just gone. Erased. The only thing left of that old world was now inside the Ark.
But while there's total chaos consuming the world outside, the story's focus shifts. Inside the Ark, it's a totally different scene. It's become a sanctuary of life, just floating in a world of destruction.
And this really gets to the core of the whole mission: preservation. Right in the middle of total annihilation, this small, chosen group was safe, floating above all the chaos. They were literally carrying the future of all life on Earth inside those wooden walls.
But being safe didn't mean the whole thing was over quickly. Oh no. I mean, look at this timeline. Even after the 40 days of rain finally stopped, they were still adrift for months while the water slowly, and I mean slowly, went down. That must have taken an unbelievable amount of patience and faith.
And then, finally, the moment arrives. Noah, his family, all the animals, they step out of the Ark onto dry land. And this is where the story hits its powerful conclusion, which isn't just about surviving the past, it's all about a promise for the future. And this is the solemn promise that's made, this great cleansing by water. It's declared a one-time thing. A vow is made that humanity, with all its flaws, will never again have to face a global flood like this one.
And to seal this new promise, this new covenant, a beautiful and powerful sign is put up in the sky, the rainbow. So, in this story, it becomes more than just a cool thing that happens when it rains. It becomes this profound symbol, a constant, visible reminder of that unbreakable promise made to all life on Earth.
So the world is reborn. A promise is made, with a rainbow to back it up. It's a completely fresh start for humanity. But this all raises the ultimate question, right? With a second chance, will humanity choose a different path this time? And that, well, that's where the next chapter begins.